So my last video was pretty much just a discussion video about how we're getting an ARMS character at the start of this second Fighters Pass. And I said I wanted to do a video focused on that, just about, which character I think it's going to be. Whenever we get some new Smash information, I like to make a video that gets us back on track with speculation, where it is and what has changed. I usually call these after whatever we just got, leaks, speculation, rumors, etc. videos. So I've made a bunch of those usually when we get information, and I want to make one that is after ARMS, leaks, and rumors and speculation. And I talked about that in my last video. I wanted to make a more focused video on who I think the next ARMS rep's going to be and where we are with speculation. I'm still working on that video, and that video will hopefully come out soon, but for right now we actually have some other Nintendo leaks going on, and I wanted to highlight them first. If you're curious where I'm at speculating who I think our ARMS rep's going to be, right now I'm currently thinking it's going to be Min Min. And I'll explain why I think that in that ARMS focus video. Also, if you're only watching my videos for Super Smash Bros. Information, there will be a little bit of ARMS rep speculation in this video, so if you want to watch for that, feel free. Alright, so like I said, there's some pretty big Nintendo rumors going on right now, some potential Nintendo leaks happening that I'm sure a lot of you have probably already heard about. They happened over the last few days. The biggest one being we may be getting a bunch of remasters for a bunch of the 3D Mario games. These remasters are supposedly due to coincide with Mario's 35th anniversary, which is this year. So this was first reported by VGC, Video Games Chronicles, and I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. While it started off at first as just a rumor, it ended up having a lot of people backing it, so now many people are believing this one's probably true. And here's VGC's most recent article. It says, VGC can now confirm that among the Mario titles set to appear on Switch are 1997 Super Mario 64, 2002 Super Mario Sunshine, and 2007 Super Mario Galaxy. One person with knowledge of Nintendo's plans said that the re-releases were being treated as a special anniversary collection of games rather than standard digital ports. Nintendo will also release several other Mario titles in 2020. That includes a deluxe version of 2013's Wii U game Super Mario 3D World, which will be bolstered with new content and levels. The platform holder is also preparing to announce a new installment in the Paper Mario series. So like I said, a lot of people have backed up this rumor, and that's pretty exciting. It looks like a lot of our 3D Mario games are going to get a remaster in some sort of collection, so potentially a lot like the old Super Mario All-Stars for Super NES, only with, modern Mario games. Jeff Grubb of GamesBeat also backed this up, and Jeff Grubb was the one who told us about that Indie Direct and the March 26 Direct, both of which came true. So I think this is worth listening to. We already had several rumors about Super Mario 3D World getting a Switch port, and we also had several rumors about a new Paper Mario in the works. In fact, Zippo over on Reset Era was talking about Paper Mario returning to its roots specifically. Also, a little while back, Emily Rogers wrote this: "My overall expectations for Switch software this year. Good year to be a plumber. Solid year to be an RPG fan, Xenoblade, Bravely Default 2. Insane year to replay old games, HD remasters, deluxe ports, remakes. Decent year for more casual games, Animal Crossing equals casual." If this turns out to be true, then yeah, I'd have to agree. This looks like it's going to be a great year to be a plumber and an insane year for remakes. A while back, we did have this official picture of Mario eating a watermelon, and a lot of people were speculating that could mean Mario Sunshine in some form, either a Mario Odyssey Sunshine DLC, or a Mario Odyssey 2 returning to Super Mario Sunshine, or a Sunshine remaster, and it looks like this might be what that was about. Now, this list of 3D Mario games includes Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, but noticeably absent is Mario Galaxy 2, so I don't know if that one's going to make the cut here for whatever collection they have in mind. Of course, the original Super Mario All-Stars eventually had Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. It was like a re-release of the game that added Super Mario World to the cartridge as well, so maybe we'll get a Galaxy 2 added to this one eventually, or maybe Galaxy 2 is already planned. Who knows? I'm an old school guy, and my favorite 3D Mario has always been Mario 64, and that's the only one on here that already has a remake. There was Super Mario 64 DS. So I'm curious to see if this remaster is going to be a remaster of the original N64 Super Mario, or if it's going to be a remaster of the DS Super Mario 64 that added Yoshi, Wario, and Luigi to playable characters, and had some more levels. So we'll have to wait and see, if this one is true, if we get a remake of that version of Super Mario 64, or a remake of the original, or something in between. This is being backed up by a lot of different sources, so right now I am believing this one is probably true. However, I do want to say tomorrow is April Fool's Day, and before I talk about this next potential leak, keep that in mind. With so many leaks popping up around April Fool's Day, I can't help but be a little cynical about these potentially being faked, but hey, let's keep an open mind. Let's see what we have here. So I first heard about this next leak from Source Gaming, and I'll leave a link in the description to their video on it, and this one has to do with Flipnote Studio. For those of you unfamiliar with Flipnote Studio, it was a program that started out on the DSi and was on like the 3DS and stuff. It was basically a drawing app that you could make little flipbook animations. You would draw a picture and then draw another picture, and you could animate it to move. They were pretty cool, and it looks like it might be coming to the Nintendo Switch. I used to play around in Flipnote a lot on my 3DS, and yeah, my 3DS looks like a Pokedex. I got these stickers for it, make it look like a Pokedex. It's pretty sweet. Alright, so Source Gaming is reporting that some images of a Flipnote Studio coming to the Nintendo Switch have shown up from someone who apparently got them off of a Nintendo server. So this is very much so based on a lot of hearsay, whether or not these images are legit. Here's some of the images. This one's just of like a title screen, and Source Gaming says the Japanese is correct. And then we also have some other images of the studio itself being used. And the most interesting image is this one, which shows a bunch of pre-made videos, and it looks like they correspond with specific Nintendo games, game series. So this is pretty interesting and worth speculating on. Now I want to do a deep dive on that particular image and look at those specific videos and what games they could correspond to. However, before I do that, I just also want to let people know that there's actually another set of images that have shown up online, though once again, it's all hearsay whether or not these are all linked or not, or if Flipnote Studio is actually coming to Switch, who knows. But I want to go over this image first, and then I'll go over the other set of images, since that one's even further down the line of hearsay whether or not this is all connected. Okay, so this first set of 6 animated videos supposedly coming from a Flipnote Studio headed to Nintendo Switch are pretty interesting because they highlight certain Nintendo games. First off, in the top left corner, we have Animal Crossing, and that's Flick. I actually have Flick in my town today, so that's kind of cool. Nothing too exciting there. If these images are from some sort of Nintendo reveal of Flipnote Studio, it would make sense to highlight Animal Crossing. It's doing very well right now. So the second image is much more interesting. This one has the pirate Servo from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and he's holding a Nintendo Switch. Could this be a hint at Skyward Sword coming to the Nintendo Switch? It's kind of the next in line of Zelda games to get a remake or a remaster, so yeah, that's a possibility here. The next image is a bit less detailed, but it looks like it's somehow Mario. It might be like for Paper Mario or something like that, but it's a little tough to tell. Once again, Flipnote Studio makes these little animated videos, so having a little scribble of Mario far away, that Mario might run closer up to, you know, us and everything and get bigger as the animation plays, but we can't tell right now. Now, next up, of course, is extremely interesting because this is a character from ARMS, and it is Ribbon Girl. We know ARMS is getting a character in Smash, and having Ribbon Girl highlighted here could mean our character for Smash is Ribbon Girl. Of course, once again, keep in mind these are little animated clips, so maybe it starts off with a picture of Ribbon Girl, like punching the screen, and then turns into some other characters doing something. It's also possible this might not be for the Smash character at all, but simply for ARMS. With ARMS getting a character in Smash, it seems highly likely that Nintendo is going to continue the series, probably with an ARMS 2, potentially revealed this year, so this might actually just be pointing to something like that, and not actually Ribbon Girl specifically coming to Smash. But it could. Next up, we have a picture that looks like it's from Luigi's Mansion, but it has Mario with Cappy on. So potentially could Luigi's Mansion 3 be getting some DLC that maybe adds Cappy in somehow? That would be pretty cool. Once again, even if this Flipnote stuff is a legitimate leak, it doesn't necessarily mean that each of these videos is actually leaking something else. It's just fun to speculate on that. So this could just be a video of, you know, Mario with Cappy and is, you know, Luigi's Mansion themed with the Boo and stuff like that, but it doesn't actually have to do with any specific DLC or any future events happening for Luigi's Mansion. It might just be a fun video. And the last Flipnote animation we can see on this image is one of Olimar and the Pikmin. There's been a lot of rumors of Pikmin 4 or potentially a Pikmin 3 deluxe port coming to Switch, so yeah, this one could be pointing to that. Alright, so like I said, there's actually another set of Flipnote images floating around the internet right now, and it's not totally clear whether or not they're linked to that first set of images, and even if they are, that first set of images is not confirmed yet. The Flipnote leak is still up in the air, so yeah, just take this next part with a huge grain of salt. In fact, take this whole leak with a huge grain of salt because, you know, we're really close to April Fool's Day here. Okay, here's some more images supposedly of Flipnote Studio coming to the Nintendo Switch. The most interesting one is this one, which once again shows us a bunch of animations. This set has the same animated Pikmin image from the first set, but let's go over the other ones. Okay, so the first one appears to be something with an E3 Direct. You can see it says E3 there. There's the Flipnote frog jumping, and you can see Cappy in this image, and it says 2020. With all those rumored Mario games, which actually came out after this Flipnote leak, that seems pretty interesting that they highlighted E3 and specifically Mario. Now, obviously, Mario is Nintendo's flagship series, so it's not that out of the ordinary, but still kind of interesting given how many Mario games we're supposed to get this year. Now, E3 itself has been canceled this year. Nintendo may, of course, still roll out like a Nintendo Direct around the same time frame, but the actual event where people gather together at E3 is not going to happen. But it's possible Flipnote Studio here was maybe supposed to be revealed then, or show off something. Maybe even the whole E3 presentation was going to be going through these Flipnote animated videos and then going into each of the games they wanted to highlight. The next Flipnote animation appears to be from Metroid Prime, probably Metroid Prime 4, as we're all anticipating that game, but there's not too much to say on it. It looks like there's just a picture of a Metroid, and it's in first-person mode. The third one, of course, is of Olimar once again. It's from the first image. Moving down to the bottom row, we now definitely have a Paper Mario image, as those are a bunch of characters from the Paper Mario games. We then have an image that relates to the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. We just got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX for the Nintendo Switch, and it looks like Cubfu's there. So I could totally see them adding Cubfu when Cubfu shows up for the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC added to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That seems pretty likely to me, so that might be what this animation is about. And then the final Flipnote animation here is from a very obscure GameCube game called Giftpia. Giftpia was only released in Japan, so a lot of people don't know about this one, but that's what that final animation is for. Could we be getting a new Giftpia game? Well, there's actually something pretty interesting going on with Giftpia that could push this Flipnote leak over into the realm of being more likely real than fake. Quite a while back, when Reggie retired from Nintendo, Retro Studios gifted him this going-away picture, and it has a bunch of Nintendo characters in it. You can see Samus, you can see Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, you can see a Metroid, but there's also one other character you can't quite make out. Down in the bottom left corner of this image, you can see a robot hand, and no one was sure who this character with this robot hand could be. People were thinking it might be a new IP or something like that. No one could match it. Who that robot arm belonged to in Reggie's going away picture has stumped us for almost a year now. There's that Mario statue that's blocking whoever is actually on that image. Well, if you look at the characters in Giftpia, once again, a very obscure Nintendo game that was only released in Japan, you can see that there is a robot character named Mappo. Now, Mappo is a Nintendo character I think everyone who was trying to figure out who this robot hand could belong to was totally overlooking. But if you look at some of the artwork of Mappo and look at his hand, it honestly looks pretty similar to that robot hand. It's not an exact match, however, if they were to redesign Mappo for some new Giftpia game, it could fit pretty well. Now, considering we've been stumped for months on who that robot hand could belong to in Reggie's going away present from Retro Studios, and now this Flipnote leak potentially is pointing out a game I don't think anyone was looking at, Giftpia, and actually has a character that could fit that robot hand, there's a decent chance this Flipnote leak could be legit. This could possibly mean that Retro Studios may have a Giftpia game in the works. Alright guys, well that's everything I wanted to highlight in this video. What do you guys think about all that? Do you think that we're getting a bunch of 3D Mario games remastered for the Switch in some sort of collection? Do you think that Flipnote Studio is coming to the Nintendo Switch? And if so, do you think these Flipnote Studio animation images we've seen correlate with future Nintendo games and things Nintendo plans on doing in 2020? Do you think Ribbon Girl being on there is important as we are getting an ARMS character for Smash now? Do you think it's her? Once again, I do still plan on making that ARMS specifically focused video, so look forward to that in the next few days here. So what are your thoughts on these potential leaks and rumors happening so close to April Fool's Day here? How do you guys feel about that? Do you think these ones are legit, or do you think they're fake? Personally, I'm more leaning towards legit. Specifically, the Mario stuff I think is definitely going to happen, and the Flipnote stuff I'm a little on the fence about, but I think it could possibly be real. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. It really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.